So today our partner is for gun control is bad, and we have two contentions. First one is Second Commandment, and the second one is self-defense, and third one is ban is ineffective. For our first contention, the Second Amendment. Assault weapons ban threatens Second Amendment rights. DC versus Heller proves Miller is not the controlling procedures, according to Warren Congressman 2009. The reinstatement of a ban on so-called assault weapons runs counter to the Second Amendment, which protects the right to lawfully keep and bear arms. The first question is whether the previous assault weapons ban was effective in its stated goal, a reduction in violent crime. During the time it was in effect from 1994 to 2004, there was no measurable reduction in violent crime that could be attributed specifically to the ban. A government study required by the 1994 legislation that enacted the ban found no statistical evidence of post-ban decreases in either the number of victims per gun homicide incident, the number of gunshot wounds per victim, or the proportion of gunshot victims with multiple wounds. And last year, the Supreme Court ruled in District of Columbia versus Heller that the Second Amendment protects an individual's right to keep and bear arms primarily for self-defense. And our second evidence is Heller recently redefined the Second Amendment individual right to possess and carry weapons, and was affirmed 2 years later in McDonald versus City of Chicago, applying the individual right to bear arms to all 50 states. According to McHugh Executive Comments Editor, Boston College International and Comparative Law Review. In addition to federal legislation, U.S. Second Amendment policy was recently redefined by the Supreme Court. In D.C. versus Heller, Justice Scalia reasoned that the Second Amendment guaranteed the individual right to possess and carry weapons in case of confrontation. Only 2 years later, Heller was affirmed and the Second Amendment was incorporated against the states as an individual right in McDonald versus City of Chicago. And the court held that district's handgun ban amounted to the Second Amendment violation, and that it forbids use for protection of one's home and family. 2 years later, McDonald versus City of Chicago incorporated to individual right to keep and bear arms, establishing Heller to all 50 states. And our second contention is about self-defense. Our first evidence: guns can be used to stop acts of evil in the name of self-defense, according to Grosser of Calkins Foundation. But there are other evils in this world. Our civil right to armed self-defense has a history of protecting us from many of those evils. This right protected the abolitionists who took the message that slavery was evil directly into the slave states. After the Civil War, the right to bear arms was used to protect freedom from the brutal violence of the Ku Klux Klan.
Crossfire. Stay there. Olive, you get to ask the first question. Up to the podium, Olive. You gotta go up to the podium. Ready? Go.
In my speech, I say that during the pre-ban period, a total of 4.82% of the crime gun traces conducted by ATF nationwide were assault weapons, named the Act. That assault weapons comprise only around 1% of then I have the evidence that the ban is effective. Then how do you respond to that?
Although the ban is effective, but like it's effective, but you say it's the guns. The ban is for assault weapons, but it's not for all the guns. Handguns, people still can use their handguns.
Okay, ask a question.
The guns, you say, it's not for hunt animals, but to kill people. But how about those people who still wants to hunt animals, but they can't have guns?
But ultimately, the guns themselves are the personal weapons of mass destruction. So they are also maybe used for killing people.
No, I'll.
But by controlling the semi-automatic weapons, we will reduce violence not only in the United States but across the border in Mexico as well. How do you respond to that?
In Mexico, you say guns can decrease it, gun ban can decrease it crime rate, but in Mexico, people still use their guns to kill.
Ask a question.
Can you tell me about the thing you said about the assault weapons ban can increase homicide rate? You say about the assault the ban of assault weapons can increase homicide rate.
Time.